Hello, South Middle School parents and students and families. Welcome to the week of April 6th. And as we continue being away from each other during this time, I just feel that it's important for me to continue doing these video updates as well as the week embedded in our weekly message, so you have the most up-to-date information and something to refer back to each week in terms of where we are with new updates. So go ahead and start this week. First, you'll find out, or you'll find in the South Middle School announcements information about Governor Reynolds' plan that she gave out last Thursday and the route that we are going to go as a district. So for our K-9 students and buildings, we went the voluntary option, which those are highlighted here in terms of what that means for us. I bulleted out a number of those things. Basically, probably the biggest one for our parents and students to know that beginning next Monday, students will be introduced to new learning from our teachers as they begin to look at what are those essential standards and objectives that they want to cover over the course of these next few weeks. Once we get to closer to April 30th, we will definitely know more about what the rest of our school year looks like. So, but you can find those in terms of what it means for our students and our staff there in those bullets. I do want to point out that we will continue to use our Google Sites page that we set up, the one that I introduced last week, that will have a message from us each week with links to some important places. The school website in terms of the most up-to-date information from Dr. Buck, our superintendent, and then also our weekly announcements. And then, of course, the learning opportunities that our students be presented with on a weekly basis. So just to let you know what it'll look like this week would be if you go to any one of those, come Tuesday morning, go to any your child's team. So I have 6 gold up here, and you click on the teacher. It will have the week of April 6th through 10th and what the students should be doing this week or could be doing this week in terms of learning activities. For right now, we'll continue to update these in this fashion, having the most recent week at the top. And also just knowing that if you need to get back to the top of the document, we do have that linked in at the bottom, so it takes you back up to the top of the learning document. So that's a little bit of just a added update in terms of how that form is going to continue to be utilized by our students. So a few other things I want to highlight with this week's message is that there was a additional grab-and-go lunch location, the high school, the southeast corner, which is the bus lane, right there by, which would be by the W, as kids will say, in terms of the field house. That is a new location where any students or any families with ages 1 to 18, so you don't have to be enrolled in school, ages 1 to 18 can pick up a lunch there on free on every day of the school week. So that's awesome for our kids and our families. And just one more location that's close to our South Middle School families. So, and then another thing that as we continue thinking about, I've had a few questions in terms of like band instruments or things in lockers is we are working on a plan to consider how students could pick up essential items at school. There'll be more information for families as we continue to think through how that would look and doing that as a district. And then I do want to highlight a leadership challenge for students this week. So I'm challenging students to explore something new, even outside of the learning opportunities that teachers are giving students, and then or it could be a creative way to connect with their community, like creative or positive way they can connect, and then also share that experience with me via email. They can email me a picture, they could email me just a quick 2 sentences like, hey, this week I did this, and I'd love to continue to celebrate the great things our students are doing. And it's become much harder for us to celebrate those great things that students are doing when we're disconnected in a way in terms of not seeing them on a day-to-day basis. And as I've mentioned to several students and parents over the last week, I do miss our students dearly. and but also understand we're doing this to keep everyone safe and healthy. So, Leadership Challenge of the Week, explore something new, connect with our community in a creative or positive way at a socially safe distance, and then share that with me. So there's other information there in terms of our weekly announcements. So as I mentioned, we miss our students dearly. We hope that you're doing well. If you need anything, never hesitate to reach out, email me, and I can get back to you. So, all right, with that, have a great week. Be safe, be healthy, be well, and stay home, and we'll get through this together.